Hey there, legendary souls. Welcome back to Unconventional Counseling. Today, we are checking in with the lizard spirit animal and the message that it has for you. So we'll get into our prayer, and then we'll get into our reading. Divine Alchemist, angels and archangels, well ancestors for the viewer's highest good, well ancestors for my highest good. We invite you in at this time, and we thank you so much for your continued presence and purpose in our lives. Thank you for guiding us on our journeys. Thank you for walking alongside us. Thank you for helping us find the right people at the right times and be in the right places to get the lessons and the experiences, to have the joys and the sadness on our journeys. We ask that I can be a clear channel, that my discernment is strong, and that I speak only what you ask of me, desire for me to say and to share. I ask that my words land gently and that they're easily digestible for the viewer. And I ask that the viewer's discernment is sharp and clear, that their focus and intention is strong, that they can hear from their intuition with such clarity about what the lizard spirit animal has to say to them, what it has to share with them, and what area of their life, what relationship, or what aspect of their own journey is being amplified and spoken over through this message. I ask that they are very clear on what resonates for them, and they're very clear on what does not, and that it's easy for them to leave whatever does not resonate because it might be for someone else. And lizard, spirit, animal, thank you so much for wanting to come through and to honor and support the viewer on their journey. May your message be clear. May I hear you clearly. May we be in partnership and collaboration with a lot of ease. Thank you so much for all that you have done, all that you're currently doing, and all that you're going to do in support of these intentions. Ashe. So this lizard spirit animal is instinctual, sensitive to the subtle, and a dreamer. The lizard is an expert in the realm of sensory perception. As if it has a sixth sense, the lizard hears what is yet to be spoken and sees what is yet to manifest. Although this is an amazing gift, it can easily wear the lizard down. Big crowds, lots of travel, or overstimulation will drain a lizard of their magical essence. This card is an indication to pull back from the bright lights in the big city and to return to the inner artist who's been whispering your name. When this energy is out of balance, you may be feeling flaky, elusive, and non-committal. To bring this energy into balance, a creative project. And when this energy is in balance, you're feeling artistic, spiritual, and even telepathic. Whoa. To support our lizard energy, we have the Lion card with courage. This card represents bravery. The lion has long been held as a symbol of courage and valor. The appearance of this card in your readings encourages nerve, valor, and heroism. Often the lion as a symbol has been instilled with themes of noble pursuits and honorable behavior. So I want to say, just in terms of this reading, consider the possibility of it being honorable to take time for yourself, to take a step back from, to notice that you're overstimulated and to take a step back from the many things in your life, the responsibilities, the demands that contribute to you feeling so overstimulated. This card urges you to take the high road. When faced with the temptation of exercising vengeance, anger, or the easy way through a situation, taking the high road can often be the most courageous and the most difficult step. It's a message to not let oppressors get you down or situations overwhelm you. So it's speaking to that overwhelm that the lizard is speaking to as well. When you're overwhelmed like this, it's like it's harder for you to access your gifts in a true and complete way. So notice in this Five of Swords, the other people are walking away. And this person who's standing here is likely the one who has said something from a space of spite or tried to get vengeance or moved in anger. It's possible that, depending on how you're seeing this card, and depending on, sometimes when I see this card, it's very possible that their anger is justified, their indignation is righteous, and the people are slinking off because they see that and they can't fight that. Another interpretation of this card is, for the purpose of this reading, this person operated in their anger. They said the things that were going to be the most hurtful to the people that were closest to them, and now they're kind of standing there by themselves. If you see their expression on the card, they look a little satisfied. But I wonder, what does this card look like right after? What does it look like when the people are farther away? What does it look like when the weather shifts and maybe it gets cloudier and windier and colder and there's no one for this person to seek shelter with? Like they have to do it by themselves, or they have to look out for themselves. It probably looks like that, the Three of Swords. Yeah, that makes sense. I love talking to the deck. I love talking to Spirit as I'm pulling, because it feels like conversation. Yeah, this is really hard. It's really hard to get overwhelmed, overstimulated, and to choose to take a step back instead of fighting. Many of the folks that I know, many of the folks that I work with, myself included, maybe many of the folks that subscribe and watch these videos, we're on journeys to self-actualize. We're on journeys to advocate for ourselves. And so, because maybe there are so many times in our life when we felt like we were the ones in the foreground walking away, feeling really hurt, feeling really wounded, feeling really vulnerable, sometimes we can take it a little too far with our newfound tools, and we can be slicing people up with our swords like, and fuck you about that too, and that other thing you did last week, and that thing you did last Sunday, and remember that thing you did 5 years ago. Like sometimes we, from our pain, we can say things that are or can be very hurtful, and be more hurtful than we intended. It feels like there's this need for balance, because sometimes taking the high road can become this ego-filled, this like filling up your ego sort of experience where, our egos are like, and I'm a type of person who takes the high road, so I'm not even going to tell you all of the ways that you're a janky human in life. I'm not going to tell you about yourself because you just suck. And you're going to find out or you won't. And I don't care, right? Like there's this energy of like, I'm just not even going to participate because you suck. And I don't even want to tell you how much you suck because you just, you disgust me, right? There's almost this like, this shadowy, egoic, very petty part that I feel coming through. And I mean, I'm a fan of the petty. Do not get me wrong. I like a little petty sprinkled into things sometimes. I feel like it rounds us out very well. Very, very well. Especially for the empaths, especially for the folks who are just so kind. Spirit, what else do you want to say within this reading? What else do you want to, what direction do you want to take it in next? All right. Okay, that makes sense. I was feeling this energy. I was feeling that I wasn't quite sure where we were going next. Maybe that's how you feel. You're not quite sure where you're going next. It's like, what do you do when you take a step back? What do you do when you sit with your feelings instead of adding them to the mix with another person? You tend to your inner child. That's what you do. If ever you're bored or lonely or heartbroken or grieving or just unsure of what's next for you, if ever, check in with your inner child. They either know what's next, or you could just end up keeping them company and you could play, and that'll help the time pass in a different sort of energy. You're coming to the end of a very long and very hard and very painful cycle. And what you're being asked here with the Empress is, how do you want to allocate your resources? Where do you want to put your energy? How much of your energy do you want to give to these dynamics and situations that feel like they're overstimulating or overwhelming to you or triggering to you very consistently? You might need to give more to yourself than you're giving outwardly as you take your step back. And so it might be very unclear right now, all that's formulating, all that's happening under the surface. But what you know is that you're on a journey and you're being encouraged to take these steps, to take steps away from what is overwhelming to you, to take steps towards the unknown. To take steps towards being more comfortable, embracing the unknown. There you go. You don't know what to do, go to nature. Take a walk. Eat outside. Lay on the grass. Look up at the clouds. The person on this journey that isn't 100% sure where they're headed because they're using their intuition to journey and to adventure. And because the moon is here. The moon doesn't always tell us everything it has planned for us. We just get to see life by how much light there is at that time. We just get to experience life based on the phase that the moon is in, based on the sign that the moon is in. We experience life with the moon. We can't really plan it all the way. It doesn't fully work like that. We can see patterns, but we'll still be surprised. So I'm really seeing a lot about releasing control of the outcome, releasing a lot of expectations of how you think you're supposed to show up or how you think you're supposed to feel, and surrendering to the journey that you are on, to the path that you are walking, to tending to your inner child, to allocating your resources where you choose to put them, to tending more so to yourself. As you complete a really important and really painful journey for you. I hope you have so much fun outside. I hope you have fun playing with your inner child. I hope it's easeful for you to reflect on what taking the high road means for you, and how to, as much as you can, not attach to being a person who takes the high road, but just that this is where you're at and this is what's available to you, or this is what you want to practice. Okay, so this was the message that the lizard animal spirit had for you. This message is feeling complete, so I will pause our reading here. I hope you take really good care of yourself, and I'll catch you in the future. Bye.